episode of Journey with Michael and Ryan, an exciting celebration of Mr. Ryan today. Welcome in, brother.
Hello. Today is my day of birth.
Your day of birth, man, the day you entered this world.
Yes, sir.
The day you chose to incarnate to this time, this place, the appearance, the life, and everything that you are, my man. So I think it's really prevalent to, let's just do a day of celebration on you, brother. You know, let's just see where this goes. Let's just drop into your life, man. I mean, like, we're exposed every week here, so why not let's just go the whole hog.
Just go a little deeper. See what's going on. See what's alive. See what's true for Ryan at this point in life. 33.
33?
33 years, man.
Your 34th year on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 33. Jesus' age, where he rose from the ashes to become the holy saint that he was.
And here we are. Here we are, matching that energy.
I love that you just accepted the comparison to Jesus.
Oh, you know, we are all God, right? We are all God, not just I, but everyone. If it was just me that thought I was God, I would be neurotic, right?
We're all neurotic, man.
We're all neurotic.
Some more than others.
It's what Ram Dass actually speaks about once with his brother. His brother actually ended up going on a site ward and everything like that. And it was because he thought he was God. And he couldn't believe or couldn't buy into the fact that not only he was God, but everyone was God.
Yeah, there you go. And a psych ward, how did that help him? Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
Started closing in the subjective realities into the objective realms of a padded wall.
That's it.
Yeah. So how are you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, man.
Yep.
Life is everything 27-year-old Ryan wanted it to be.
Yeah.
When he left engineering, when he stepped out of that realm and that, I suppose, story. You know, it's everything that 22-year-old Ryan, who was in the depths of his depression, was longing for, was hoping for. I guess he knew was what was possible, but was sort of just trapped in the constructs of his own mind.
Yeah. Do you feel like it was a prison almost?
At that time, yeah, definitely a prison. Definitely a prison, but I suppose like all prisons, they're self-contained, right? Especially the prisons that we live in when we're struggling with mental health dysfunctions. And even like going back to one of those stories of Ram Dass, he has one of his books that I was reading at that time, especially when I came back from India. It talks about it. It talks about that idea that like prison it's self-contained, right? Like and the journey of spirituality, this journey of self-growth, is about realizing that we put the handcuffs on ourselves.
And so about 22, you reckon you started to take a little bit of different steps, proactive looking at your life through different lenses. What do you reckon kind of was the moment or moments or progress to start getting you to, you know, on the journey of kind of getting you here?
Yeah, totally, man. Something we touched on before. So going into that and like landing in that place of depression, I always felt different. I always felt like there was something more to life and the experience that I was living. And then it wasn't until I had that experience at Rhythm and Vines where I like lost it on acid that like was essentially the dark night of the soul. It like opened me up to everything else that was possible, and I just started to question all aspects of reality, even just like questioning myself.
Yeah. So what happened on that dark night of the soul? What was kicking it off there?
I think it was just like containment.
Okay. Like
containment of myself. Not even knowing who I was, and like just wearing a big mask and like using alcohol and drugs to feel comfortable and like to feel like I fitted in, because I've never really felt like I've fitted in anywhere, even now. But I just accept the fact that I don't fit in. Yeah. Accept the fact that I'm not normal and like won't be normal, and like the life that 99% of people just isn't destined for me, you know. Here for not something like greater, but just for my own experience.
For more?
Like definitely wanting more. Not to say that the life that people live isn't enough, but it's not enough for me.
Yeah. What's the life that you're afraid of being?
Just the repetitive nature of it.
Mediocrity?
Like, the mediocrity, yeah, the mundane. Like, just the grind, the like 9 to 5, the step from one thing to another, the pursuit of, I guess, not like the pursuit of material gain, but just like that pursuit of what's expected, or like where you should be, you know, buying a house, having kids, raising your children, you know, staying in the same job, in the same career for the whole of your life, and just living life to pay off a mortgage. Like, that for me is fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And have you always been like that?
Yep. I've always been different. And I even remember people telling me that when I was younger, I was always different. And even when I had, there's like little points when you like reflect on when you're younger, and if you're like talking to people that knew you when you were younger, and they like just say things to say that you were like, just thought a little different, or you've seen the world a little differently, or you were more, like, not so much compassionate, but like considerate of like more than what was going on around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why we're best friends, mate.
We're the two best friends that anyone could have.
Oh,
totally.
We're getting a song. He's
happy
in a good
birthday
mood
to me.
today. If you're listening to this, make sure you message Ryan. Give him some little DMs. Tell him how awesome he is.
Yeah.
You know, because he's an epic dude.
We all deserve to be celebrated, right?
Yes, we do. It's really interesting talking to people, and especially through our rebirthing work with our clients and things, how people find it hard to celebrate themselves. Like, really hard to find them celebrate themselves.
Totally.
I think you would have gone through
I struggled with that for ages. Yeah, for sure. Even celebrating my birthday. It wasn't probably till about 3 years ago that I'd actually want to celebrate my birthday. And like, even for most of my life, like even when my mum, I even remember when I was like 17, when she'd like ask me what I wanted for my birthday, and I'd just be like, oh, like nothing. Like, I'd just donate the money to something. Yeah. You know? Because I didn't have that want to celebrate myself. And it wasn't until I was actually working with a coach with his name Matt Karma, and he said that you can tell a lot about someone by the way in which they react when people sing happy birthday to them. Because it's like, all eyes are on you. Yeah. People are literally celebrating you. They're coming together. They're creating an intention of you like having a happy life and celebrating you. Yeah. And I would always contract around that. You know, but now I'm like, fuck yeah. Oh, celebrate me. Bring it on. Let's go. Yeah. I want more. Totally, man. Yeah. And the birthday's only going to get more epic from here. Oh, totally. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. It's the contraction of like celebrating the self. I mean, it comes from a deep unworthiness place of I'm not enough, and you know, like it's people are better than me. So you know, who am I to be celebrated? Rah rah rah. All those bullshit stories. Yeah, totally. And it's just that like unworthiness. Like I never really felt worthy. Never, as I say, I never felt like I fitted in. And because I didn't fit in school, I was bullied. Like all through primary school, all through high school. I mean, I was an angry little kid, which made sense. Like I would have bullied me because I bullied other kids as well, you know. And so it's like, why would I not trigger this kid that's overly aggressive, but doesn't have a lot to say? And that was the thing. I never really had a lot to say. I would always just be quiet. I would always like stick to myself. I would always do my own thing. I wouldn't be like audacious or out there. And it's beautiful now because it's like that really is what we're doing. Like we're just trying to put ourselves in as many places as possible. Well, man, it's not, you know, long ago that God, it would have been so hard to sit here and talk about you on your birthday on a podcast for the world to hear and see. For sure. And it's like, but yeah, it's interesting because I have been putting myself there for a long time, even on social media, because I've always, as I say, like I've always since we went traveling, it's like I've been longing to do something different. And it's beautiful because the more I experience the breath, the more I went sort of deep into that journey, through moving through all the past traumas and the shit that was like essentially cluttering the mind and stopping you from being you, or me from being me. It's like I've just been able to like support people in their own journey and doing that. Yeah. What are some things that you could
possibly say now to some people who might be starting to see, I mean, obviously they're listening to this podcast, they're already starting to see the world in a different way and wanting to grow their own power and things. What's some advice that you could help people kind of shunt them along to get to be the amazing point in your life for them?
It's okay to want more. It's okay to want more. It's okay to want something different. And it takes fucking work.
Yeah.
It takes work. It takes like dedication. It takes you like choosing to show up for yourself in those moments that you never would. It takes putting yourself in awkward and uncomfortable situations. And it takes realizing that that's never really going to stop. You just become more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also as well, just being comfortable that being perfectly imperfect is the process.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it doesn't matter how much work you do or whatever, you're still going to fuck things up. Like more than you won't.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever change.
No, not at all.
It's just your ability to be able to move through that or fall on your sword, move into empathy, all the sorts of things. But then also have some fight in you as well. You know, like when you need to pick up the sword and actually be like, no, that's not right. People are encroaching on my shit. Right, I'm going to push back here, but push back in a healthy way, in a non-toxic way. Totally.
And you're going to get that wrong as well.
Absolutely.
You're going to get that wrong. And that's okay. Like, be okay with failing. Be okay with getting it wrong. Be okay with like realizing that you don't need to be perfect and the journey isn't about perfection, you know. So it's been a beautiful journey, man. And I was actually reflecting on it the other day. This was like quite strange and sadistic, I suppose, but we were flying down to Wellington, and there was heaps of turbulence, and it was just about to land, and I was like, you know what, if the plane crashed right now, apart from obviously the fact that people would miss me, I would be content if my life was to end right now, because although I haven't achieved the things that I want to achieve and haven't impacted in the way that I want to impact like 100%, it's like I'm fucking on the journey there. So I'm just like so happy with where I'm at, so like grateful for life and everything that has come over the last few years. Yeah, because it's been fucking expensive, man. Like the last 2 years of life have been huge. Moving into starting a new business, like even getting comfortable with going back to engineering for the last year and a half, just to make everything else in like life work. And to balance and manage that along with still having rebirthing and coaching clients and building beta and getting married and supporting a relationship and friendships and going to Kiwi Burn and exploring non-monogamy. It's like life is fucking good. Yeah, but it's because we've fucking created that life. That's powerful, man. If you're a sadist, then I'm a sadist, because I actually have that same thought quite often. I'm like, well, if the car was to fall off the side of the road right now and I died, it's like I would actually be okay with that. You know, like I mean, we've both truly made friends with death, but yeah, the contentment side of life is, yeah, there's always going to be more that I want to achieve. But if it was my time to go, then I'd be like, right, well, life's dope. I've got amazing people around. I'm creating things. I'm making change in people's lives. I'll be happy with that. You know? And it's like the beautiful variance of life at the moment. Like the ability to move into so many different realms, you know? Like I love it. I love it. I love being able to play in all the different worlds that there are. Like it's sick. It's sick, and for me it can get a little fucking exhausting and a little confusing at times, because there's like so many different things that you can step into, but it's just about being authentically you throughout all of them, and like realizing that you can adjust yourself a little bit to fit into different situations and to like mold into different roles, but I'm not doing that to make other people feel comfortable. I'm doing that just because there's the ability to do it is there. Yeah. And you're just segmentizing the different factors of life as well. Like, you know, like this open world theater, right? It is, yeah. Like the rebirthing Ryan isn't going to be the Ryan that's sitting at lunch with his engineering acquaintances. No, not at all. You know, you tried that for the first few weeks. It didn't like.
Let's call that an adjustment period, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to like figure it out, like seeing like, okay, can I have these same conversations with people? No, all right, okay, cool. It's not worth me making them uncomfortable and traumatizing them at the table.
Totally. Look, man, I tried that for 3 months and look what happened to me. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's beautiful because it's like, I don't know, it's such an interesting life because the people in engineering like watch and see what I do, but there's no interest in it, and I always find it really interesting, you know, like, and it just like goes even deeper into that point that it's just like, for me, I just accept the fact that it's not everyone's cycle around the sun to work on themselves, to go deep into themselves, to heal their trauma. It's just like, it's not their journey.
Well, the life that we're creating, we've really got to the point and acceptance of that it's going to be a little bit more slower burn. Like, I don't think it's going to be the absolute boom business-wise and things, because it's 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 people that will relate to what we're doing. But the ones that do are on, you know, they're like, oh, shit, I've been searching for this, you know, like, or there's something in them for, like, when you were 22-year-old Ryan, who knows there's something deep inside them, and there's that spark, right? Or there's that, like, yeah, I feel something within me. I need to follow and pursue that. I need to reach out to these guys or whatever they're doing. So, total acceptance of that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like meeting. I've always said this, even with clients, like, I have an ability to meet people where they're at.
Yeah.
And challenge those that want to be challenged to be better. But if they don't want to be challenged to be better, then I'm like, okay, well, it's not my job.
It literally just comes down to, if somebody's willing to change, then they will change, or
totally.
they will help them change.
For sure. And that's such a like potent question. It's like, are you willing to let that go? Are you willing to step through that doorway?
Yeah.
You know, because there's so many doorways often in front of us, and it always comes up during a rebirthing session, like whether or not people actually step into the feeling or the emotion of what's being presented. It's like, are you willing to let that go? If they're willing to let it go, fucking hey, let's go through the steps through the doorway. If you're not, then, well, take a step back. Now's not the time.
And it's about saying no to things, not saying yes to things. Because we can say yes to everything and you still get nowhere.
Totally.
But when you can say no to things, that's a powerful process, because there's the thing in the mind potentially goes, well, what am I missing out on? What am I saying no to? What am I denying? Instead of just going, well, no, the decision is of no, because it's going to move me forward in this path, or it's going to keep me on the path that I know I need to be on, rather than actually go, oh, there's a new shiny thing. Okay, let's go that way because I might get instant gratification or results or something.
Yeah, for sure.
So what does the next year look like for you, brother?
I was literally just thinking,
what does this year look like?
When you're asking that, I was like, I wonder what the next year is going to look like. And I was like, I haven't really looked that far ahead, or like spend any time to like reflect on it and plan ahead. But so let's just go ad hoc like we normally do. Totally.
Because it's days like these, and it's the same as like New Year, birthday, you know, maybe an anniversary or something like that. Like, they only mean what we want to put the meaning behind it, right? You know, like the whole New Year thing, New Year, New Me thing, you know, like I dig that, because they're just moments for you to actually have a reflection of being like, okay, well, here's a moment, here's some energy that's in the ethos, in the etho, for me to just kind of take a moment and pause and reflect on the past year or whatever you want to reflect on, and then what's coming. What port am I sailing to still, you know? And I think a birthday can be a very powerful place for that.
Totally. So I'll probably do it tomorrow night when I have some time by myself.
Yeah.
I'll spend some time and reflect, but this is a good opportunity to do so now. So yeah, this year's been the greatest year of my life, to be honest. Like, so much beauty, getting married to the love of my life, starting a business that we've spent the last 2 years growing, just getting the validation through conversations, like still having the depth, the time and the space to work with coaching clients while I'm still working as an engineer. Like, yeah, life's fucking good. Life's good. Even when it's not, life is good. And it's only not good because there's like challenges that arises, or you're just moving to a next level. It's like the only time there's conflict in my life at the moment is the pressure right before the chrysalis
totally
opens, and then you're just like evolved as a new thing. So 2023. I mean, 33, the 34th year. It's just going to be more of the same, man. More of the same.
Yep.
More of the same. And if it just kept going at the same trajectory, fuck, it's going to be a beautiful life, man. It already is a beautiful life. So it'll be more of the same. It's like business is just going to keep growing, like soon to be stepping away from engineering so we can put 100% energy and effort into beta, save a little bit more cash after dropping a boatload on the wedding, get a little security and stability there first. In relationship, just like growing that even deeper, and even relationships with other people as well. Like the non-monogamy is still there. Like me and Van haven't explored it much since we've got married because we've still just been settling into our own energy and don't want to introduce anything else just yet, but we're feeling comfortable in that, so that'll just keep growing and expanding into whatever we want that to be. It'll just be more it'll just be more of the same, man, more of the same. And it's fun and exciting, and it's like it's fucking challenging because there's a few edgy things we're doing in life, like even just dancing. Like dancing's fucking edgy for me, and it's just like coming to terms with that. Coming to terms with something that you're not really fucking good at, and there's a whole room of people seeing you not be good at it while you try to pretend to be good at it. And then like just really like it's like slowly getting better, and it's like still celebrating but having fun with it. It was really funny last night actually. We were learning a new move, and I'd missed last week because I was sick, and so they like got us to do it, and I paired it with this lady, and she looked at me and she was like, "You look terrified." And I was like, "I'm fucking terrified because I don't know what we're doing because they didn't show us how to do it." And I was like, "I don't know what the fucking steps are." And I was like, "I am a little fucking terrified." But I was like, "Thank you for pointing that out because now I realize that I looked like I was terrified." So it's like funny, man. It's such a I don't know, it's such an interesting thing to be throwing yourself into because there's so much fun and there's so much connection in it, and there's like so much expression, and it's just like learning to express yourself in a different way.
Yeah.
It's like a more sensual, more physical way, but it's soft, but you're still like strong at the same time. It's a funny flow, and I'm loving it.
Is it like the energy as well for each different person would be different as well, wouldn't
it? Every single person.
Yeah.
Every single person.
And you've got to like quickly meet that, work that out.
While still taking the lead in your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's a really interesting thing. So it's cool. It's just like it's just like adaptation in real time.
Yep. And you've got to be, it's making you comfortable with that process of looking like a dick while you're starting to start something new. And that's, I mean, I'm terrible for this, like when I try something, I want to be instantly fucking amazing at it. But no, it's just that learning process and journey of going, no, you're gonna look like your shit for a long time before you even start to feel like, okay, I'm starting to get this. Yeah,
totally. But there's touch points. So it's like, even last night, I knew it was one of the teachers' birthdays on the 5th. And there's something that they do at Zook that's like, if there's a birthday, or even like they did it for our wedding, they get those people in the middle, everyone like dances around them clapping to the beat of the music, and different people come in and you just dance with them for like a little moment. And I was shitting my fucking pants on my way there because I knew it was going to fucking happen. I like knew it was going to happen because it was her birthday, and we got there, they did it, and I was like, god damn. But I fucking nailed it.
Nice.
Like nailed it in my own way. Like obviously I'm not as good as everyone else is doing it, but it was like there was like fucking 7-8 different people that you dance with, and you're just moving through it, and I was like, yes, that was so much better than when I did it like 4 weeks ago.
Perfect.
And I'm like, perfect. There's like a nice little reminder that you are getting better, so just keep doing it and keeping at it. It'd be so easy for me just to not go because it's hard, and it's like a lot of people do. A lot of people have given up. Like a lot of people that were in our like second round, me and Van and one other guy were like 3 of 10 that moved into the next stage. So it's like it'd be easy to drop off, but I'm like, nah, fuck no, because I can see in the future there's going to be time when I walk in there and I can just grab any person and make them feel beautiful.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
And that's the only type of comparison that we should be aiming for, is the comparisons of ourselves of where we were. That's it.
Totally.
That's it. Have I come, and even if it's just one step a little bit further on than what you were and whatever you're doing, that is a win.
Yeah.
It's a huge win.
Yeah, totally.
And man, like, how beautiful. I mean, I know you've got big aspirations to be this epic, guy who just can roll into any place. I mean, you can pick up a lady and she may have never even danced before, but you can just spin her around and get into the process. And I think it's a beautiful thing and to envision and to keep working on.
Totally.
How fun would that be?
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I reckon you'd probably still be able to do it a little bit now.
I think
You've
so,
gone there
definitely.
enough.
I think
It's just your confidence.
with someone, it's really interesting because it's like with someone that I know that hasn't been doing it long, very confident.
Yep.
Because I know that they're also not that good.
Wait, do you feel like it's because you might be slightly better, so then there's going to be less judgment on you because they're just going to be inwardly on themselves?
Totally. So if like there was someone random who's never really done any dance before, I would be able to do it. I'm very confident in that. But it's like the ladies that have been doing it for a long time, I fucking know that they've had better experiences at it. So I'm like, oh God, I'm going to step on your feet. Oh shit. So it's an interesting thing to observe within yourself.
Yeah. What's the dance called?
Zouk.
Zouk. Where's that originate from?
Brazil.
Nice.
Yeah, Brazil. Van actually had never heard of it before we actually went there, which is interesting because it's Portuguese.
What? Van hasn't heard of something from Brazil?
Oh my
God.
Oh my God.
If you know Van, then you know that's why that's so hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, and it's super fun, beautiful community of people, and it's just awesome expanding in that way.
That's beautiful, man. So you're going to continue dancing, you're going to continue building the business. What about you personally, brother? What are your own personal goals or aspirations or vision or port that you're sailing to? Maybe health-wise, maybe, what do you personally want to get done?
I don't know, because I am all of those things. It's like, it's always an interesting one. That's always an interesting question.
Are you a goal setter still?
Not really.
No.
Not really. I just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm not one to I'm not really goal oriented. I can just see the next thing that needs to be done. So it's like for me, no real big goals or aspirations. It's just like the next thing that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And I like to throw my finger into many things. So it'll just be moving through. Hey?
True,
so
man.
there'll be more of that.
Okay, so here's the title of this episode is going to be Ryan throwing his fingers into many things.
So give me more of that.
Yeah, bro. I agree with you on that one. I dissolved goal setting quite a while ago, really, and it just naturally happened. Just as I started really understanding that goals really, for some people, they really work because it gives them that structure to be like, yes, I know. But I've become so far less outcome orientated in my life.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's the vision of my life.
Yeah.
That's the vision. I talk about the port, I'm sailing to. It's like, there it is there.
Yeah. Now
it's like, which winds do I need to catch to kind of get there? Now, as the port changes, so do the winds, and so I agree with you on that one. It's, it's just like, what's the next step to kind of shunt me forward to there, knowing the course of where I'm going.
Totally. And it's like the end goal, if we were to break it down as you were talking about that, I was like, it's just impact. Like I want to impact as many people's lives as possible while I'm here, knowing that there's so much freedom out there and there's so many people who aren't free. And I just want to show people that there's another way, that and it's like the breath is essentially that vehicle, that's the Dharma, that's our Dharma realistically, right? It's like, how can we get rebirthing breathwork to as many people as possible and infiltrate it into the mainstream where it's not this woo-woo hippie experience, but it's like something that CEOs, mothers, fathers, people that mow lawns, people that are cooks, just regular people. It's like, how can we get that and make it approachable for regular people? Because there's so much healing that needs to be done for the people that are open and willing to it, and it's like us sharing who we are authentically is essentially just going to facilitate that and give people an opportunity and an experience to heal.
Correct. So next year looks like rebirthing course, teacher facilitator training.
Yes,
that's our anchor still to be here for the next 12 months or 11 months now, isn't it? And within that, we're going to be smashing 20, 25 expos through beta. So we'll be traveling around this fine country we'll be getting a really good look, in-depth look, and conversation piece to as many people as possible, and we'll really get I'm looking forward to it, man. You know, New Zealand needs it. You know, if there's a country out there that's in the Western world that really has so much potential, is New Zealand. You know, like there's just so many emotional blocks here. You know, there's a heavy culture here. You know, and so for the next 12 months, man, that's just on the road
for sure. And it's not letting that get in the fucking way.
No,
totally. Because it'd be
because we fall into it too sometimes. We'll go to a town and we're like, fuck,
yeah,
everyone's fucking spiritually sick here, and but then again we're like, well, that's actually where this needs to go.
Totally.
You know, so it's we're pretty good at catching ourselves when we kind of fall into that.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, what a beautiful 12 months that's going to be, man. You know, we'll be sitting here literally this time next year going, right, we're a couple of months out from actually, probably just finishing our course. Yeah. And being like, whoa, September. Fuck. All right, now it's some big shit's going on.
Totally. We'll be wrapping up the last few expos for the year. Yeah. It'll be, next year's going to be a big year.
Plan to send beta offshore.
Totally.
You know, all the things.
It'll be evolving into the next thing.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, and so in this time, it's like, let's keep our bodies prepped, let's keep our minds prepped, let's keep going deeper into the self, keep our spiritual practices heightened, and trialing new and seeing what other new, you know, remedies are out there too. You know, find more teachers, find more people who are better at doing things that we do, so we can learn from them, and keep growing a community. You know, and like you and I, we talk about it a lot, but we've identified, and this is a very vulnerable thing to say, but look, we're probably not the best at actually, you know, really building our community or keeping it on point. We're good at building it and putting the infrastructure in place together for it, but the everyday, like, boom that needs to happen to keep people accountable, you know, that definitely it's a weakness of ours. So it's like, how do we find that person who's much better than us at doing that to facilitate that for us?
Yeah, and it's just like it's like when it comes to the journey that we're on with beta, it's like we're still building the vessel.
Yeah. Putting the bus on.
Yeah, we're still in port, collecting the wood. You know, we know where we need to be sailing, but we still haven't quite yet set sail. Yeah. You know, we're still putting all the pieces in place. We're finding the second mate, and you know, the cook and the person that's, you know, going to be like essentially supporting us and doing the work. And it's like, you know, you can't be the captain and everything else at the same time. No. So it's like, that's definitely where we still are, and it's like, it's a beautiful place to be. You know,
it is,
because people are surrounding us and celebrating us, and like, you know, it was a beautiful validation point in the weekend when people came up to us because they knew we were going to be there. They brought their mum along, they brought their friends along, you know, they wanted to show them and teach them about the beta breath, you know, they wanted to talk to them and introduce them to us and the products and who beta was. You know, there was naturopaths from other companies that were celebrating our products and like loving what we're doing and reminding us not to get caught up in the corporate BS essentially of like reducing what you're doing for like profits and margins. And we're like, nah, that's beautiful, that's not what we're here to do. You know, we're here to make quality products, to build a community of people that want more, and it's like, it's slowly happening around us.
It's a beautiful spot when someone brings someone over and they're selling our products to someone else. I just stand back and let them go. I'm like, you go. You know, like, anything I'm going to say is just going to fuck this up. You know, like, this is a personal recommendation. Like, go for it.
And that's huge, because when you're personally recommending something, it's like, you have to be certain that it's good.
Well, you're staking your reputation on the line, and that doesn't just go for us. Like, that's for anything. Like, when you give a referral or you give a recommendation to something, you know, there's a piece of you that's putting your reputation on the line because this person might go, oh, fuck that. Same as, you know, rebirthing and breath work. You know, someone will go, oh, hey, so and so told me that about it, rah rah rah. They come in, it's like, this will change your shit, but it's all on you as well.
Totally. Yeah, so many things going on, brother. So many things to celebrate, and it's just keep it coming. Keep it coming.
So what are we doing tonight? How are we celebrating you tonight?
Nice little dinner with friends.
That's it. Sometimes they're just the most beautiful points of just gathering, feasting. I think we'll drink a little sake tonight.
Oh, totally, bro. Totally. And that's realistically all I'm feeling. You know, we had a few like quite big birthdays the last few years, so it's just going to be nice to sit with friends. And
well, last year's one was a hoot.
It was an absolute hoot.
That was an absolute time.
Oh yeah,
that was a good party.
It was fucking wild.
Yeah, there was full fireworks spectrum, amazing dress ups. We had face painting, a DJ set up in the lounge. There was
like 80 people here.
There was 80 people here. We had different realms in this very room we are broadcasting from. This was a little escape space. We had beautiful lights, and there was just people doing all their things. Actually, we smoked DMT for our first time. Actually, up here as well.
Yeah. I lost myself in that corner.
Yep. And Rubes really lost himself.
And then I lost myself even more.
You lost himself in there when I needed to help him move through his things.
And then you were like, Ryan, we need to help Rubes. I'm like, I can already hear him from up here, man. I don't need to go down there. I don't want to go down there. But that's such an interesting thing, because it's like that. It's like that energy of like that loss of control of energy, or like being able to feel people too much, is like that's still sitting in me from that first acid experience, and it's like it's still something I haven't been able to shake. But it's like I haven't sat just with acid, or even just like it would be quite interesting to sit with DMT, just sitting with it without external noise, without it being in like a party or celebratory environment, to go a little deeper into that. Yeah,
it's definitely
rekindle that relationship.
Definitely on the cards, man. We'll go find a nice little bush house somewhere.
Totally.
Sit with some LSD and really just move into a ceremonial process with it, and allow the messages and the healing and the learning and the teachings and the whatever comes through to come through.
Because it taps me into a place where I can read people's thoughts.
Oh yeah.
And it's an interesting place to be.
Yeah.
Like it's quite a...
There's LSD?
Yeah, LSD.
Yep.
Yeah. And so that's like it like taps into like a psychic sense, and it's not something that I'm comfortable with in that realm. So it'll be interesting to see.
Beautiful, man. Well, I better wear my tinfoil hat when
we're
doing it together. So any thoughts are still my thoughts.
yeah, totally. Get out of here, Mike.
I'll be like telling me off. I'm like, bro, I haven't said anything. I know what the fuck you're thinking.
Yeah, I know. Don't do it.
Brother, it's a beautiful life, man, and I love celebrating you and all your glory, and just really want to just thank you, man, for being my fucking number one. Like it's. You're my ride or die, bro. Fuck, we do good things together, man. And it's really well witnessed into the world. The amount of, especially men that come and be like, man, your guys' brotherhood is something epic. And it's like, my response is we fucking work hard on it. Yeah. It doesn't, any type of ship, relationship, friendship, whatever ship, it doesn't, it doesn't evolve and it doesn't get more solid without fucking work.
No. No, and it's like understanding who people are, still having the hard conversations and like calling people out, and holding people to a higher standard. That's what we do. We hold each other to a high standard.
We do,
and that's beautiful, because I would expect you to do it to me, and I know that you expected me to do it for you.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's like as we build the ship and as we captain it, it's like we got to keep working on ourselves. We got to keep questioning our reality, not because if we don't, the ego slips very, very easily, right?
Well, it's constant work on leadership. I think that's what it really comes down to.
Totally.
We're aligning ourselves in leaders of what we do. And it's a big responsibility, and we take it very seriously. It's not a pseudo leadership. It's not a fucking person who wants to be a career politician and call themselves a leader because they went to the right schools and they can say the right words. It's actually integrity, it's depth, it's responsibility, it's making friends with the unknown, the uncomfortable, and making tough decisions, not only for yourself, but for the others around you that are, dare I say, right decisions, but it's the right decisions.
Well, that's it, right? If you want to, like, a kingdom, or a king is only as strong as its kingdom, right?
Correct.
So if you want to be strong, you have to make sure and support the people around you to make sure they're thriving as well.
Look after all these beautiful queens around us so they can just go and do their queenly things.
Totally.
That's it, man.
So
Right.
it is a beautiful life, brother. It's a beautiful moment to just celebrate everything that we're doing. Celebrate myself on this beautiful day that is my birth. And just to be grateful for everyone that chooses to be in my life.
Yep.
Grateful for family, grateful for Van, grateful for you, brother, as well. And just grateful for all the people listening too.
Totally. I echo that sentiment from the heart as well, man. 100%. What a beautiful place to wrap up here. So yeah, if you want to celebrate Ryan a little bit more, shoot him some DMs, send him some beautiful pictures, videos, sound clips, really, really ruin and lighten up his day at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Totally. Honesty. Even if you think I'm a prick, you tell me.
Totally,
right?
exactly.
Honesty is the only policy around here.
That's it. Hey, look, thank you so much for listening, and we're excited to have you here next week. We're almost coming up to our 1 year anniversary. Actually, man, do you know what popped up on my Facebook yesterday?
What was that?
Was a photo of you and me doing our very first podcast in the lounge downstairs.
Oh, really?
So it's been 1 year that we've been podcasting.
Yep.
Those first 3 or 4 episodes didn't make it.
They didn't make the cut.
That's okay. We had to trial it. It's
That's
all good.
Right.
So yeah, it's an unofficial year, and we're coming up really quickly to the official 52 episodes coming up. So if you've been along with us this whole time, we're going to do a little celebration on that 52nd episode. I think we'll do something cool.
Yeah, definitely, brother.
Not long to now.
Woo-wee.
All right, team. Enjoy the rest of your week. And yeah, look forward to being in your ear holes next week, Thursday.
Love you, everybody.
Love you. Bye.